What's up YouTube, it's your boy Entre Mike back with the Entre is short for entrepreneur. In this video, we're gonna be going over how much it costs to start a box truck business in 2025, step by step. This is more so just cost-based analysis. We're gonna do a little bit of training. It won't be anything too in-depth like a full how-to video where we go over every single website. That video is gonna come soon, and this video is just based on the cost. So if you guys really appreciate this video, I got a new whiteboard so I can do more training type videos. I want you guys to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then comment down on if you would rather this or the PowerPoint style videos. It doesn't really matter to me. I want to do what you guys enjoy. But let's go ahead and get into this video.
Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Fuck with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Fuck this up, I send you back to your ex, but good luck.
All right, y'all, let's go ahead and jump into it. So we got the first thing you guys are gonna need besides like basic consulting, figuring out, of course, if you guys actually want to do this business or not. So just keep in mind before we really get into it, this is not financial advice. It's very common for especially new ventures to be, basically just curious on the cost that it takes to actually run, let alone start this business. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's go ahead and jump into it with the most basic, business structure outline. Basically, it's just getting your LLC, limited liability company, and EIN number. We're not going to dive too much into why you need it. Just know you want to protect yourself from the things you do in your business for your personal assets. So you don't want to be labeled as an individual or sole proprietor. I'm not a tax professional. It's just, kind of common sense getting into the business, especially in trucking. The link will be in the description for a discount for Busy, aka Ink File. I've been talking about these guys for 4 years. If you guys want a link that'll save you some money, check the description. Should be in the description, a link tree, whatever it is, right? They have a basic package that I'll basically just, put on the screen. They also have a standard one for $199 and a premium for $299. So of course, on the low end, starting off, you can start your LLC for as low as $0. But to be honest, I would go with the premium just because it takes 3 days, right? I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh yeah, you can see it. So it takes only 3 days to get all of this completed. It's a super simple process. Don't be afraid to go start your LLC and EIN number. This is just kind of the first step to make you feel like and become a business owner. All right, let's write down the next one you're gonna need, right? All right, we got the next basic step, and that's opening up a business bank account. Now, all of these are gonna kind of be in chronological order for the most part, as far as when you need to do them too. But I've never spent no more than $100 and $200 like for a basic deposit to open a business bank account. It's not super expensive. In order to get this, I believe you'll need your banking resolution and maybe an operating agreement, which you'll have that information with Ink File and EIN number. EIN number, operating agreement, and banking resolution. So realize these are documents that if you sign up for Ink File or Busy, or if you go through LegalZoom or somebody, that's why you want to kind of get this digitally so you can just go and download this in, a PDF format and print it out. So super simple step. Let's go ahead and hop into the next one. All right. So we got the next step, right? The FMCSA application. the notorious $300, right? And let me just break down this simple thing for new guys. When you apply for this, the FMCSA application, and you're operating to cross state lines, so you're going interstate, you're going to be applying for your DOT number, Department of Transportation number, and your MC number, motor carrier number. The DOT number grants you access to haul freight within state lines. So if I'm in the state of Georgia and I don't have an MC number, motor carrier number, I can't cross state lines. I can't travel, quote unquote, interstate. But that MC number activates, it grants you what's called an authority, right? And then you get to cross state lines for interstate travel. Keep that in mind, because a lot of guys will apply for the FMCSA application and be like, Mike, I was looking for my MC number, but I only got my DOT number, right? That DOT number is what you're gonna, at the very end of the application, it's only gonna spit out your DOT number. And then after a business day, I'll be able to see your profile for your MC numbers. And I don't want to skip over that. When you apply for your DOT number, there's a 21-day window that you're gonna have to get a few things in there. But this isn't really an outline video, it's a cost video. So just know it'll cost $300 for your FMCSA application. The BOC3, I have a video on how to get your BOC3 and UCR in less than 5 minutes. Each one of them are roughly $50. I think the BOC3 is right at $50. And then the UCR for the state of Georgia for like one truck, or North Carolina, is $46. So it's state-based for the UCR, but the BOC3 across the board at this moment of 2025 recording, you shouldn't pay any more than $50 for it. All right, let's go ahead and hop into the next one. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into a pretty big one. Insurance, commercial insurance, right? So I'll go ahead and pop up on the screen everything you're gonna need as far as being an operational carrier for a general freight hauler crossing state lines. For operational averages, right, as far as costs that I'm seeing guys pay within a range of $1,500 to $5,000 for their down payment, right? So just keep in mind, these are for operational coverages, and honestly, this is what you're gonna need. But you're gonna need operational coverages. I used to try to tell people there were other ways to kind of mitigate down payment costs, but it's kind of non-existent at this point. These are just gonna kind of be your ranges of costs. So make sure if you wanna get in this business, it's not as cheap as it used to be before, right? This is operational cost. Now, what's your monthly gonna be? It probably can fall within the range of about $1,500 to $2,500 a month, somewhere like that. It all depends on your credit, zip code, motor vehicle report, or motor vehicle record. So make sure your driver doesn't have any points. Make sure your credit is pretty lined up, and be ready to make a pretty decent sized down payment from $1,500 to $5,000, depending on those factors. Zip code does play a big part in where you're gonna garage the truck. And do not, this is coming from an insurance agent. I'm a full-time insurance agent. If you guys want to quote, check the description. For the love of God, do not try faking your garage and address in Indiana, Wyoming, Illinois, or whatever the case may be. You will be flat canceled. Like, you're gonna get canceled within 30 days trying to basically commit what's insurance fraud at this point, because you can't just quote unquote garage your truck 10 states away or 2 states away. You can't even do out of state garaging anymore. So they've kind of patched up a lot of the cheat codes that guys were doing before. So just kind of be on your P's and your Q's and do not do it. Don't do it. I know you're gonna try to do it. Don't do it, bro. By the way, I know I didn't say it, but the operational coverages are usually 1 million auto liability, 100K for your cargo, general liability for 1 million per occurrence, 2 million aggregate, and then usually you're gonna want comp and collision on the truck. You can usually choose between doing $1,000 and $2,500 for your deductibles. Of course, the more risk you take to do a $2,500 deductible, the less premium you'll pay. Just keep in mind, like I said, I am an insurance agent. So if you guys got any questions on quotes, getting the lowest down payment possible, don't be afraid to reach out to me. The quote form will be in the description along with everything else in this video. And just keep watching. All right. Now we got the deposit for the truck. I could have honestly put this before insurance. Insurance is kind of needed still to activate your authority, where having a truck isn't necessarily a necessity. Depending on how you're going to go about it, it can be. It's kind of confusing. But if you're going to rent a truck, most likely your option is going to be budget, Penske, Enterprise, or Ryder. And all of these vary. You want to just kind of call around robin, depending on, who's the best in your state or zip code, and just see, Penske gave me this price, call budget. Budget gave me this price, call Ryder. Penske and budget gave me this price. What can you do for me? And just kind of negotiate. But I'm seeing a price from anywhere from $0 for the first deposit, which is pretty rare nowadays, up to $2,000 for a couple of weekly payments. Then you got financing. I'm seeing guys start, let's say you got perfect credit, right? You could probably get this for $0 down. I'm also seeing guys pay around it. Like when I talk to clients, I'm not hearing guys pay any more than 10 grand down. Maybe around 12K. I heard that the other day, like 25% down on a pretty newer truck. But, 0 to 10,000, when I talk to guys, like, how much you financing the truck for? Like, what did you put down? What's your monthly payment? That's about what I'm seeing. Leasing, I can almost exit this out, right? Just because it's not going to be a lot of opportunities to lease in your first year in business. But just for the sake of the video, I'm hearing guys pay anywhere from nothing down to $5,000 down. And then you got owning, right? Guys get $10,000 cash trucks to God know, who knows. Some of you guys are buying $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 box trucks. It's kind of based on what your budget is and what you're willing to do to get into this industry. I'm not a financial advisor, so I wouldn't want to give you financial advice. But if you don't know anything about this industry, renting or financing may be the better route, where you're using other people's money, or you're just using a short-term rental to see if it would be something that you would enjoy. I know a lot of guys don't like the test the water approach, but what is the point of going, 40 grand all in and you don't even know if you like to drive, right? Some would argue you may not even start the business at that case. I wouldn't say that. I say it's willing to, if you're willing to test the waters, do it. Just know you're swimming in the deep end when you're renting a truck, because you're going to have the highest operational cost with higher insurance, a higher weekly payment. You're going to be paying cent per mile on the truck. So just keep all of this stuff in mind when you start your business. It's not going to be easy. And when we're talking about guys who end up going out of business the soonest, it's usually the guys who rent their trucks, right? Just being honest. It's not being like hateful or harmful to guys who rent, because I deal with a lot of guys who rent. But if you really want to go for longevity in this business and maximize your profit, you're going to want to trickle down to financing at some point, and of course having full ownership in order to get your cost per mile as low as possible. We're going to spray this board up. We're going to get something going on. You don't have this dry board, dog. Can't be doing it, baby, like that. We got too many videos to make, y'all. You feel me? All right, so next we got some more miscellaneous items, man. We got the DOT medical card, truck inspection, and driver's qualification. DOT medical card, I'm seeing guys spend around $100 for inspection, anywhere from $50 to $100 for, and then for driver's qualification, anywhere from $150 to about $300 for your driver's qualification files. Now this is something that guys are gonna call the heck out of you about. Just getting this for you to put in your binder in your truck, a copy of their motor vehicle record. It could be their driver's license information printed out with their DOT medical card. If they had to take a drug test to get into your company, a valid drug test form. It's all types of little stuff that they put in this. How necessary is it compared to everything else? Not as much if you're the owner and operator, but this is something that guys will try to upsell you on and charge you for as you're in that 21-day process. after starting your FMCSA application. All right, guys. Then we got straps, pallet jack, low bars, blankets. This is usually in the range of $1,000 to $2,000, depending on who and where you buy this stuff from. Most guys will get this information off of like, what is it? My bad. Uline. All right. Maybe I'll leave a link in the description for them too. But this is basically all the basic equipment you're gonna need, right? For the straps, it'll probably be like the wired hooks. Pallet jack, you just want a standard pallet jack. Low bars, simple, man. And then any really moving blankets, you can go to Home Depot and go get some moving blankets. It's not a big deal on what type you get. Probably one of the most simple setups, with the drive-in. Especially coming from Hot Shot, like it's not a lot that you guys will need when it comes to equipment. All right, then we got ELD, the electronic logging device. So as you guys know by now, you cannot drive for unlimited amounts of time. You are gonna be heavily monitored as far as drive time, shift time. You only get 14 hours of shift every single day. And out of that 14 hours, you're granted to drive 11 hours, especially you guys who are crossing state lines. Any vehicle over 10,000 pounds crossing state lines has to have an ELD hooked up into the either OBD reader of like a pickup truck or the CPU portion of the box truck like that you would get codes from. So Motive is usually my go-to. This is who I use. They were formerly called Keep Trucking, and I never had any issues with them. They'll probably have a deal where they sell you free hardware, and you pay around $50 to $100 a month, depending on which hardware you get along with software. And I have a link in the description that can save you some money. So make sure you guys check that out. I might have a representative name. It just all depends because they keep changing. So I wouldn't know who that would be at this current moment, right? But yeah, free hardware, $50 to $100 a month. All right, and so I'm editing this video and I realized I was erasing and I was writing and I was erasing and I was writing. I'm just gonna be throwing up the final results on the screen now of just a basic range that you guys can kind of expect when starting in this business. I may have left a few miscellaneous things off. I hope you guys like these new presentation videos. I bought a little whiteboard and I thought it'd be a little bit more entertaining than the PowerPoint, presentations. If you guys just want the PowerPoint, comment down PowerPoint. If you guys like the whiteboard, comment down whiteboard. Regardless, I'm still gonna be putting out pretty good content coming soon. And I got a lot coming in the future. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, comment down what you want to see next. It's your boy Entre. Peace.